Welcome to Dugout Chatter, the newest and most obscure baseball commentary channel yet. We are your hosts, Jacob Williams and McKay Giffen. We will be covering the latest baseball news and predictions for the upcoming seasons. Welcome to the Dugout. Happy Monday morning, and welcome back to another edition of Dugout Chatter. I'm McKay Giffen.
And I'm Jacob Williams. And just to let you guys know, if you guys don't follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you guys go and you can hit us up there. That's the best way to go and keep up to date on the content that we post on YouTube. Keep up to date on all the content and news we're sharing. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Dugout Chatter. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like. It's the best way to support the channel and also to subscribe. And if you have anything that you want to say, make sure you leave it down in the comments.
Yep, and also be sure to leave stuff down in the comments to let us know what you think in the material and whatever's going on in the baseball world and our given topics.
That's right.
And the first topic we'll cover here today is Jackie Robinson Day. And today's the anniversary of his Major League debut back on April 15th, 1947. And what a profound day that was, Jacob.
That's right, McKay. Today we're celebrating the anniversary of Jackie Robinson Day. Just to go and give you some background information on Jackie Robinson. He was born January 31st, 1919 in Cairo, Georgia, from the South. He made his MLB debut on April 15 in 1947 for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yep.
And he wasn't just a great baseball player, but he was a better person and a great civil rights activist.
Yeah, and you just can't speak highly enough of his character. There's a lot of things you had to endure, and also, if you notice, we have the 42 movie cover right here. It teaches you a little bit about it, a little about Jackie Robinson, and it's just a great baseball movie to watch if you're a fan. If you're interested and haven't seen it already, we'll leave an Amazon link down in the description below so you can get your copy and watch it as soon as possible. But yeah, like you were saying, just great humanitarian. I mean, he was remembered as a person just as much as a baseball player.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people's life he's affected. Robinson Cano, you guys might know him, second baseman for the Mets. Multi All-Star, played for the Yankees, big
Gold
time
gloves,
player.
Silver Sluggers, and he also said that he wore 24 because it was 42 backwards.
Yep, and his name's Robinson because of Jackie Robinson.
And one fact that's also well known is his number is retired across all of baseball, and he is the only athlete in sports history to have this monument.
That's right.
That's just like we were saying, his character, his athletic ability on the field, and everything.
And McKay, do you want to talk a little bit about 42, the whole number, what Jackie Robinson really meant to the Dodgers, what the Dodgers kind of did to signify him, and what the whole why everyone wears 42?
Yeah, so like we were saying, his number was retired across all of baseball. Just to speak along with his volume, but we also have this day that everyone wears it, so everyone remembers what he did, the courage, sacrifice he put in the game. The Dodgers immortalized him with a beautiful statue out in L.A., and it's just a day where we all get to be 42. We all get to be kids and have fun on the baseball field.
That's right. And if any of you have watched the movie 42, you realize that the reason why everybody wears 42 is because they would go and the people would mock him and scream horrible names at him. And the second baseman for the Dodgers, I forgot his name, but
Wally Pipp?
Not Wally Pipp. Well, we're going to put his name's going to be on the bottom of the screen right here. But he basically went and said to Jackie in the movie, he went and he said, why don't we all wear 42 so they don't tell us apart? And that's why everybody wears 42 on April 15th.
Yep, and just a couple more things on Jackie Robinson. He was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962. And the very first Jackie Robinson Day across Major League Baseball was April 15th, 2004. And the trend of April 15th is because that was his Major League debut.
And some of Jackie Robinson's accomplishment is he was a 6-time All-Star, McKay. He's a World Series champion in 1955, yep. He won the MVP in 1949, Rookie of the Year in 47, NL batting champion in 1949, stolen base leader in 47 and 49, and he was part of the Major League Baseball All-Century team. And also, just bigger than that, he wasn't just the first African-American baseball player in the MLB. He was also the first black television analyst in Major League Baseball and the first black vice president of a major American corporation, chock full of nuts, in the 1960s.
Yeah, he's just done so much for baseball and our community as a whole. And today, we remember him.
That's right, and that's some little facts and info that you can't get anywhere else here but Dugout Chatter.
Yeah, and, just a great way to start us off. And
He's also in the military, if you guys didn't know about that.
Yeah, baseball's had a strong tie with the military its whole existence. And if you'll notice, we have one of Jacob's old high school baseball jerseys from the school we played at hanging up here.
25.
And, yeah, numbers just mean a lot to baseball players. You're remembered by... They know you by your number more than your name. Like, it represents you.
That's right. Alex Bregman wears number 2 because of Derek Jeter.
Yeah, and Troy Tulowitzki also did as well. Xander Bogaerts, Jacoby Ellsbury did in his time with Boston. Guys just have a way of picking numbers to represent them.
Yep. So, McKay, would you like to carry us into our next topic?
Yeah, so our next topic is going to be another wrap-up of last week in baseball. So, the first topic that I think's on everyone's mind, Chris Davis. And no, not Chris with a K. We're talking about the bad one.
Yes.
Chris Davis.
Chris can't get a hit Davis until recently.
Historic. I think it was 0 for 59. His first hit of the season came off of Rick Porcello. It was a single to right field. And yes, he asked for the ball because, hey, you never know when it's going to be the last when you're Chris Davis.
That is right. But basically, right, he's going and he's, I believe he was hitting 600 in his last 5 games with that hit.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 for his last 5 because he got 2 more hits that game. He hit a double and a single, but man, I was kind of hoping to go over the season, because he's still in that contract from back in like 2013 when he almost hit 60 home runs. I mean,
the crazy thing is he's not even that old. He's only 33 years old.
No, it's because he's not doing Adderall anymore. So he's not hitting 60 bombs. He's currently making $23 million a year after almost going 0 for 60. So yeah, that's a little bit on Chris Davis for you. But, and in case you're wondering, the Orioles still aren't doing that great. They actually beat Boston in the series, didn't they?
Yep. So they lost to Boston today 4-0.
Did they win the series?
I believe so. I don't know. You're gonna have to fact check me on that. But yeah, so just some news around baseball today. So Mike Trout, he's been out with a groin injury. He's improving, and he will join the Angels in Texas when they play the Rangers. The Atlanta Braves have pitchers Sean Newcomb and Viziano to the IL, so that's not good for the Braves. Tigers' Matt Moore has a torn meniscus and is going to need to have season-ending surgery.
Man, every time he starts going, he gets injured. Because I remember back with the Rays, like when he was looking like a Cy Young candidate, that's when he blew out his elbow for Tommy Juan.
Yeah. Darvish is going to start today. They got snowed out yesterday, so they're going to be starting today. White Sox prospect Robert is a monster of a man. He's off to a really hot start for the Chicago White Sox. And we also got some other things to cover about, McKay.
Yeah, let's take a trip out to the NL West. And we are talking about the San Diego Padres, who blew $300 million on Manny Machado. And the real story is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's on a power rampage. Right now, they're sitting at 11-6 atop the National League West.
Yep. Tatis, he went deep to beat the Diamondbacks last night, so he hit another home run.
Yeah, he's been a big impact player.
So basically, for the Padres, he leads the team in home runs with 5 and RBIs with 11.
He's off to an unreal start for his rookie year. He might get one of those big contracts like his boy Machado over at third. He'll be like, hey, dog,
and he's batting .268.
He'll be like, let me get some of that money.
And the thing is, McKay, you go and you look at the Padres, and you know what? They could have won, and they could have held him down for 2 weeks, and then they could have won and had him for another year of arbitration with the whole contracts and everything like that. But you know what? They said, you know what? We're going to bring him up. We're going to see what he can do. We have confidence in him. We have confidence in our team. And it's showing right now, you know. You guys, everybody forgets. The Padres have Eric Hosmer. They have Will Myers. You don't know what that does to a team.
They
when you
still
go
do
and you can
have
say
some-
Will Myers and you can say to Eric Hosmer, hey, we got Manny Machado, we got Fernando Tatis Jr. now. You guys don't need to go and step up to the plate and think that if you guys don't get the job done, then nobody's going to do the job done. You guys, the Padres, have 4 big horse guys. Everybody forgets Eric Hosmer, All-Star Game MVP. Will Myers, Rookie of the Year. Manny Machado, one of the best defensive players in baseball, dual threat
Almost a 40
guys,
home run
off
hitter,
at
too.
$300 million. Fernando's Tatis Jr. And then you also have guys like Ian Kinsler and other guys that are good complementary pieces that have experience that can really gel this team together. And I'm going to tell you what, McKay, if these guys can go and maybe pick up some of these young arms, kind of get there a little quicker, the Padres are going to be a team that they're going to be with the Dodgers fighting for the NL West in years to come.
Yeah, but I like what you said about Will Myers and Machado. Like, we have someone else to get it done. That takes so much pressure off of you as a hitter.
Oh, yeah.
You're not thinking, hey, if I don't get a double and, we're kind of screwed for the inning, because now you got guys who can back it up, maybe lash a single the other way, then he can bring him in. Like, that just makes your whole offensive unit so much more relaxed knowing runs are going to happen. And that also helps out your pitching staff mentally.
Oh, yeah. But
Like, they know they're going to get backed up.
I tell you what, McKay, though, in this next month, we're really going to see what the Padres are
Padres,
about. They have the Rockies in a series, which you're thinking, Rockies aren't really that good of a team.
Oh, they're looking
All right.
horrible. It took
Reds, they have in a series. They should win that series, and then it kind of really gets deep.
Yeah.
Mariners in a 2-game series. Nationals in a 3-game series. This is when they have to head to the East Coast. They have to play the Nationals in a 3-game series, the Braves in a 4-game series.
So
then
this
they
is-
get
this
the
is gonna be a
Dodgers
big
at
stretch
home.
for them.
Then they get the Dodgers
This is a
at
big
home,
stretch
and
for
then
them
they get
coming
the
up.
Mets at home. So we're really going to see,
We're gonna see
just
what
like
you're
we
made
were
of.
talking about last week with the Mariners and saying, hey, we're not really to put them up in the power rankings until they can show us they can beat a
Yeah.
good team. And then guess what happens? They get swept by the Astros.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like we're not really to put the Padres are an up and coming team, but we don't think they have the pieces to go a 162 game season and make the playoffs.
But
Especially in the
if they
National
do well in this stretch, you might sneak your way into our power rankings.
League. Yes.
But you'll want to keep up on that. But they have good baseball going so far. Okay, let's move over to the cause of my depression. The New York Yankees. You guys are under 500. Everyone's getting injured. Don't breathe on someone too hard because they might end up on the DL along with Dellin Betances, Luis Severino, Aaron Hicks. Who else am I missing? There's gotta be a lot of
McKay,
people.
you forgot to mention that the Yankees were at home against the White Sox
I was
today,
getting to that.
and they were underdogs.
Yeah.
Underdogs.
Yeah, so the Yankees have been a disaster recently.
A disaster is an understatement.
Yet I'm sporting one of their shirts. They got beat by the White Sox at home in a 3-day weekend series.
You know what's the funny thing, McKay? Let's just say this.
Oh, the Yankees on the field right now?
No,
one of
not
them.
that. We were all talking about how the AL East is going to be good.
Oh, the
And
AL
how
East has been
There's
pretty
only
horrible.
one team in the AL East that is 500 or above, and that's the Tampa Bay Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays are 12-4. The New York Yankees are in second place, and they're 5.5 games back at 6-9. The Red Sox and the Orioles are tied with 6-10. They're 6 games back, and then the Blue Jays are 5-11. They're 7 games back.
Yeah, the NL East, or the AL East has just been absolutely horrible, you know? You just have to play 500 and you're a competitor in that division.
Unless you're the Rays, McKay. Unless you're the Rays.
Unless you're the Rays, who are, for some reason, now the real baseball team in that division. Go figure. But, yeah, it's looking pretty bad because a lot of it's been the Yankees pitching staff.
Yeah, McKay, but I really don't even know if you could really blame it entirely on the
You
Yankees
can't blame it
pitching staff,
entirely on their pitching
because
staff.
they're just, like you said, they just have the injury bug. Betances is going to be missing another few weeks, which is going to
Severino's going to be out, like, maybe even past the All-Star break at this point.
And like McKay, like you said, you can't win a division in April, but you can lose a division in April.
Yeah.
And right now,
We just really like playing the wild card game.
the Yankees, I wouldn't even say that. I would say if you're the Yankees right now, if I'm Aaron Boone, this is what I'm telling my players. Play well enough to where we can be in contention to where when we get these guys back, because it's a long season, when we get these guys back, we can make us a move. Don't just keep us above water. Let's just keep treading water until we get these guys back. And then when we go and we get these guys back, we're going to make a move.
You hear that, Yankees? So start grabbing your floaties because you're drowning pretty quick.
That's right. But hey, the Red Sox are drowning pretty quick too. At least you're not. At least you're not 6 behind the Red Sox.
They have an anchor attached to their ankles. You know that I think they partied too hard after that World Series, but
they're coming back though. They've winning a few series, so it's a long season. But
yeah, they played the Orioles, who we struggled mightily against. But why don't you move us over to our next news topic in baseball this last week?
Yeah, so the Cardinals and the Reds played one of the many international series so far in Major League Baseball. The first one was the Japan series to kick off the season. That was a 2-game series against the Mariners and the Athletics, which the Mariners won both series. Obviously, Ichiro Suzuki, that was his last game. He retired, and here's a picture of him right here. And I feel like Major League Baseball is just starting to go and expand outwardly across, not just in Canada and not just in the United States, but in other areas across the world. Obviously, Japan's big in baseball, but now they're in Mexico. We've had a Mexico series that just ended up between the 2-game series between the Cardinals and the Reds, and that series split. And I believe the Yankees are going to play the Red Sox later in London. So, you know, it's good to see that Major League Baseball is taking steps to expand the game that we love into different parts of the world. McKay, do you have anything else to add to that?
Actually, A-Rod was talking about it, and he was saying that Major League Baseball has had issues branding itself, and I think that's one way to help it and keep the game around and just get like more of a global following, and maybe it'll pick up here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that, like we were saying, Rays tearing it up. But one thing with the National League East, it's been a tight race, but we were checking out some of the rankings earlier, and all their bullpens finish in the bottom half of baseball. So when we look at the NL East, we were saying we got some strong teams like the Phillies, the Mets are looking strong this year, the Braves look like they could repeat another playoff run, but none of these teams are going to win the World Series. And I'm going to tell you why, because like we're saying, you got a bad bullpen. If your starter doesn't carry you all the way, you're not going to win the game. That's going to get you hammered in playoff series. So one thing looking forward to, you could even look at now, Keuchel and Kimbrel are still on the free agent market.
Oh.
These are two guys, Keuchel, former Cy Young Award winner. Kimbrel has got a legacy to his own as one of the top closers of his era. These are guys that can help you in the front end of a ball game and the back end of a ball game. So if you're the Phillies, the Rays, or the Phillies, the Braves, or the Mets, these are guys you want to look at.
Yeah, and so just this statistic, McKay, real quick to throw out. This is just how bad the National League East bullpens are. So the Nationals have the worst bullpen in, this is ERA-wise. Nationals have the worst bullpen in Major League Baseball with a 7.71 ERA for their bullpen pitchers. The Mets have the 27th best bullpen in Major League Baseball, 6.18 ERA. The Marlins are surprisingly 24th. They have a 5.84 ERA.
That'll fall off soon. Don't worry, Fish. You're still terrible.
Yep. The Phillies, they have the 22nd best bullpen in Major League Baseball with a 5.44 ERA, and the Braves sit at 17th with a 4.53 ERA. And that's just, we've talked about before, McKay, is the key to a World Series championship.
You got to lock down the last 3 outs. It's the toughest to get in the ball game. You can't see the back of your middle infielders' jerseys. It's not going to help.
Well, not even that, but you go and you look at just being able to go and get a guy like Kimbrel and stuff like that. When you set him up for the 9th inning, then everybody can go to the ballpark. All the relief pitchers can go and say, hey, I know my role. I don't have to worry about, hey, maybe pitching the 9th, maybe pitching the 8th. What's going on? You know every single day when you come to the park, you know your role. And we've seen in the past, kind of with the Royals starting this trend in 2014 and in 2015 when they won the World Series, about having a good bullpen. You could say maybe the one team that really didn't have extraordinary bullpen was the Cubs when they won it in 2016, because you saw Chapman kind of give up that homer. But they still had a good bullpen. You go and you look at in 2017 what the Astros did. 2018 last year with the Red Sox. And right now, basically, it's showing us that the blueprint to win a championship, nobody in the National League East has what it takes by the blueprint, which is a bullpen, a good bullpen, to win the championship. And that's exactly why I don't see any National League East team winning a championship or maybe even getting to the LCS unless two national League teams play in the division series.
Yep, so have fun watching the World Series from your couch.
Yep. So, McKay, what do you have any other news that we need to get to?
Yeah, like we were talking about the Mariners earlier, and we talked about them getting swept, but let's talk about it a little more in depth. The Mariners currently hold the best record in baseball, and we were talking about that. Yep. Yeah, it was an impressive stat, but you're just like kicking teams that are already down and out for the count. Yep, they had their first big series against the Astros.
Well, hold on, McKay. The Mariners do not hold the best record in baseball. They are tied with the Rays.
Oh, yeah. This is going to say, no, see, you guys suck. You're just hiding it.
They have one more win than the Rays with 13, but they also have one more loss. They played 2 more games than the Rays. And the Astros are a game back. Ladies and gentlemen, the Padres have the best record in the National League.
Yes.
Just put that. They have the 4th best record in baseball.
But like we were saying, the Mariners got their first real test, and it didn't go well. This is not going to be a team that we're going to see in October. They're going to fade out as the season goes on because they are not built for it now.
No.
It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, Mariners fans. You're going to have to wait for that first World Series. You had your chance with Ichiro and Griffey. It ain't back right now. So, have fun watching other teams in October because we will.
And they don't have an extremely hard schedule coming up. They play the Indians in a series at home. Then they have to go to the West Coast, or they're already on the West Coast, South. They play at L.A., the Angels. They have a 2-game series at San Diego. Then they play, they get Texas at home and the Cubs at home. And then they have to go on the road and play at Cleveland and at Yankees. So that, starting in May, they're going to have a really tough stretch. They have an easy April. May is when we're really going to be able to tell, hey, are the Mariners a contender or are they a pretender? And then that's really when we're going to see McKay.
Right now, I'm starting to think they're looking like Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters said. They're the pretender.
Yes.
So what if I say I'm not like the others? Well, you are. And one thing coming up next week that's happening for the first time this year, the Yankees and Red Sox play their first series, and it's a 2-game series.
Yep.
And, that'll just be, at this point, huge disappointment for Yankees and Red Sox fans because what's going on? You guys are like the front runners for 2, probably in the top 10 for worst teams in baseball right now.
It's still early, McKay.
It's still early, but it's still aggravating. I mean, I expected Troy Tulowitzki to get injured. Who didn't? But now it's just like everyone's dropping like flies. It's like a thing that they brag about. Bro, what do you got? I got a torn rotator cuff. Well, I got a broken femur, so I'm cooler than you or something. Have fun getting that paycheck from the DL.
All right, so this concludes our podcast. Just want to let you guys know, make sure you do, if you guys have an opportunity to watch some baseball games, watch how they go and they introduce all the players and they all wear 42. It's a pretty cool scene in baseball that only happens once a year.
Yeah. Make sure to enjoy your Jackie Robinson Day today and spread the chatter.
And like we said, if you do enjoy the content, please give this video a like. Leave a comment of what you think, how we're doing. We just started this. We're having fun and we're learning new things every single day. So leave a comment about what you think, what things you would like to be improved about the videos.
And also, if there's any baseball news you want discussed in the future, drop it in the comments section. Reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram. We'll be checking it all the time. Let us know what you want covered, something you think is interesting, or anything at all.
Yep, and if there's anything that you think we can do better, just leave a comment and tell us how you feel. And that's the best way to really support the channel and help us grow as a channel.
Just stay active on our social and YouTube channel, and we'll be there to respond to you.
And we thank you for watching this video, and have a great Jackie Robinson Day.
Yeah, thank you for all your support. We appreciate you. Have a great day and enjoy baseball. We'll see you next time on Dugout Chatter.
Yeah.